The history of bread, from ancient times to modern day, a staple of cultures worldwide. Bread has been a symbol of sustenance, community, and cultural tradition for thousands of years. As one of the oldest prepared foods, it has played a pivotal role in shaping human societies, economies, and religious practices. From simple flatbreads baked over open flames to the diverse array of loaves we see today, the story of bread is intertwined with the development of agriculture, technology, and civilization itself. The origins of bread, ancient civilizations, and the dawn of agriculture. The history of bread begins around 10,000 years ago during the Neolithic Revolution, when early humans transitioned from a nomadic lifestyle of hunting and gathering to a more settled existence based on farming. Grains like wheat, barley, and rye were among the first crops domesticated in regions such as the Fertile Crescent, modern-day Middle East, forming the foundation for bread making. The earliest breads were simple, unleavened flatbreads made by grinding grains into flour, mixing it with water, and baking the dough over hot stones or in ashes. These basic breads were likely the sustenance of early agricultural communities, and evidence of such breads has been found in archaeological sites dating back over 30,000 years. By 4000 BC, the Egyptians took bread making to new heights by mastering the process of fermentation. They discovered that allowing dough to sit for a time would cause it to rise, creating a lighter, softer texture. This discovery, along with the development of advanced ovens capable of maintaining consistent heat, revolutionized bread production. Bread became a staple food in ancient Egypt, consumed by people of all social classes, from farmers to royalty. The Egyptians also pioneered the first large-scale bakeries, where bread was produced in vast quantities and traded as a valuable commodity. Greece and Rome. Bread as a symbol of civilization. In ancient Greece, bread became an essential part of everyday life and culture, symbolizing the sophistication and prosperity of Greek civilization. The Greeks refined their bread-making techniques, introducing ingredients such as olive oil, honey, and herbs to create a variety of breads for different occasions. Bread held such cultural significance that it became synonymous with civilization itself, and the quality of bread was often a reflection of social status. Greek bread-making practices were passed on to the Romans, who brought them to new heights. As the Roman Empire expanded, bread became a staple food across the Mediterranean world. The Romans introduced important innovations, such as mills powered by animals or water to grind grain more efficiently, enabling large-scale flour and bread production. In Rome, bread was so vital to the population that it became an essential part of public welfare. The Roman government provided free or subsidized grain to citizens in times of need, a practice known as panem et circenses, bread and circuses, that helped maintain social order during periods of unrest. Roman bakers, known as pastors, organized into professional guilds, and the city became a hub of commercial baking, with bread ovens present in both public and private spaces. Rome's technological innovations, such as the codex, a precursor to the modern book, also influenced the design of bread production and storage. Bread in medieval Europe, a staple of the common man. During the Middle Ages, bread remained a staple of the European diet, especially for the lower classes. While wealthy elites enjoyed fine, white bread made from sifted wheat flour, the majority of the population subsisted on darker, coarser bread made from rye, barley, or oats. Bread became the most common source of sustenance, with people consuming it at every meal. In medieval Europe, bread was often baked in communal ovens, where villagers brought their dough to be baked by a designated community baker. This communal baking reinforced social bonds, as bread played a central role in daily life. For Christians, bread also carried religious significance. In the Christian Eucharist, bread symbolized the body of Christ, and the phrase, "our daily bread" in the Lord's Prayer, referred both to physical sustenance and spiritual nourishment. By the late Middle Ages, specialized bakeries emerged in cities and towns, and governments began regulating bread production to ensure fair pricing and quality. Laws like the Assize of Bread in England, enacted in the 13th century, helped establish standards for bread weights and prices to protect consumers from exploitation. The Industrial Revolution, bread for the masses. The Industrial Revolution of the 18th and 19th centuries marked a major turning point in the history of bread. With the advent of mechanized milling and steam-powered ovens, bread production shifted from an artisanal process to large-scale industrialization. The ability to produce bread quickly and cheaply made it accessible to a growing urban population, solidifying its status as a daily essential. White bread, once a luxury for the wealthy, became the bread of choice for the working class, as it was viewed as more refined and hygienic than darker, whole-grain varieties. However, the removal of bran and germ from wheat during milling significantly reduced the nutritional value of white bread, leading to concerns about malnutrition and public health. In response to these concerns, governments in the 20th century began fortifying bread with vitamins and minerals to ensure that it remained nutritious. The development of enriched flours and additives helped address the nutritional deficiencies of mass-produced bread, allowing it to remain a critical source of sustenance for millions. Modern-day bread, a global staple with endless varieties. Today, bread continues to be a global staple, with each culture offering its own unique versions. In the Middle East, flatbreads like pita and lavash remain popular, while in France, the baguette is a daily essential. India offers a variety of breads like naan, roti, and chapati, and sourdough loaves have made a resurgence in artisan bakeries around the world. Modern bread making has seen a return to traditional techniques, with artisanal bakeries reviving ancient methods like natural fermentation and stone milling. At the same time, mass-produced bread remains a convenient and affordable option for millions of people. The rise of gluten-free and whole-grain breads reflects changing dietary preferences and health trends, while white bread continues to be a staple in many households. Bread as a reflection of human progress. The history of bread is a mirror of humanity's journey, reflecting the development of agriculture, technology, and social organization. From the simple flatbreads of ancient Egypt to the complex varieties enjoyed today, bread has been a source of nourishment, culture, and community for millennia. Its ability to evolve alongside human societies speaks to its enduring significance. As a staple food, bread has not only shaped the diets of countless civilizations, but also played a central role in religion, economy, and tradition. Whether enjoyed in a bustling metropolis or a small rural village, bread remains a timeless symbol of sustenance and togetherness, connecting us to the long history of human ingenuity and survival.